Hello guys, welcome to the series of Network Security Essentials. In this session, we will see the security services. So as I mentioned here, there are major 6 security services which are confidentiality, integrity, availability, authentication, non-repudiation and access control. So first 3 are nothing but the CIA triad. Okay, so in network security or information security, these 3 terms are named as a CIA triad. So here we can draw the triad, that is nothing but the confidentiality, which is this C, then the availability, that is A, and the integrity is nothing but the I. So these 3 components are very important in any type of digital security like network security or the cyber security or the information security. In several cases, these 3 terms named as a CIA triad is everywhere used because of their importance. So first of all, we will see the confidentiality. Confidentiality is nothing but the preserving authorized restrictions on information access and disclosure, including means of for protection, personal privacy, and proprietary information. A loss of confidentiality is the unauthorized disclosure of the information. Fine. So in this case, uh, confidentiality is the protection of transmitted data from passive attacks. In last session, we have seen attacks, passive attacks, which is only the observation of data. So confidentiality is one of the protection to the transmitted data from the passive attack. Okay, with respect to the content of the data transmission, several levels of protections can be identified. The broadest service protects all user data transmitted between two users over a period of time. The other aspect of confidentiality is the protection of traffic flow from analysis. So this type of confidentiality requires that an attacker not be able to observe the source and destination of the sender and receiver, frequency line, or other characteristics of the traffic on the communication facility. So in a general term, you can say confidentiality is equivalent to the privacy of the data. So which measures designed to prevent sensitive information from unauthorized accesses. Okay. Now coming to the next, that is integrity, guarding against improper information modification or destruction, including ensuring information non-repudiation and authenticity is nothing but the integrity. A loss of integrity is the unauthorized modification or destruction of the information. Fine. So, as with the confidentiality, integrity can apply to a stream of message, a single message, or selected field of within the messages. So, the most useful and straightforward approach is total stream protection. Fine. Connection-oriented integrated service is one of that deals with a stream of messages, assures that messages are received as sent with no duplication, no insertion, no modification, nothing can be done with the original data. Okay, so the destruction of data is also covered under these integrity services. Okay, so connection oriented integrated service addresses both message stream modification and denial of service. Third one is the availability of the data, which is ensuring timely and reliable access to and use of the information. A loss of availability is the disruption of access to or use of the information or an information system. So in a simple terms, whatever data is sent by the center to the authorized receiver must be received as it is or must be available in a time. So availability means information should be consistently and readily accessible for the authorized parties. So this involves properly maintaining hardware and technical infrastructure and systems that hold and display the information. Okay, coming toward the fourth component, that is the authentication. Authentication means checking the correct user or you can say identifying the correct information or the user. You can say authentication in simple term, you can say uh, per, uh, person checking or checking the details of the person. Okay, so for example, if one person is there who is not authenticate to the data, so he cannot use our information. Okay, so this service is concerned with assuring that the communication is authenticate. So in this case, single message such as a warning or alarm signal, the function of the use authentication service is to assure the recipient that the message is from the source that is claimed to be from. Okay, so in the case of ongoing interaction, such as the connection of terminal to host, two aspects are involved. First, at the time of connection intimation, the service assures that the two entities are authenticate. Okay, that is nothing but the authentication. Non-repudiation, you can say, prevents either sender or receiver from denying a transmitted message. Thus, when a message is sent to the sender, the receiver can prove that the alleged sender in fact sent the messages. Similarly, when message is received at the receiver end, the sender can prove that the alleged receiver in fact received the messages. Fine. So that is nothing but the non-repudiation. Last one is access control. So name itself it is saying that control is given to the particular data. Okay, for accessing that particular data. So in context of network security, access control is the ability to limit and control the access to host systems and applications via communication links. Okay, so to achieve the access control, each entity must be provided with its access right. For example, whatever information is shared with some parties, only to those parties the access can be given. I mean, for example, I am sending some XYZ information to the another person who is in my list. Okay, so the other person who is not there in the list, or who has not the permission to access that data, will not access the sent information. So here one person is there, here is the receiver. Both are sending information to each other because they are authenticate persons, and whatever data is sent by this person is received at this end, which is accessible only to this person, not to the opponents. So such type of permissions have been given by the sender to the authenticate receiver. So those are nothing but the security services. Thank you.